8 boot length cut.
Just me puking in Ludacris' snack hole. Party Rock is coming up next week. But I'm getting my nipples stroked by angels.
But your dick is being, like, turned into hamburger meat for eternity.
2019, folks, we're here.
It happens, I guess.
We made it.
We finally made it into the new year. We didn't kill ourselves at the end of 2018 like we promised.
Well, we are recording from the past, so anything is possible.
There's still a couple of days left
Still
in
December
the year.
here, folks, but you are in 2019.
How does it feel to be in the future? Do we have robot cars yet? Are we all dressed like Blade Runner characters? Is there robots? Are sex robots more available at this point in time?
Could you imagine in 4 days we have all of those things?
I don't want sex robots necessarily.
You always want sex robots.
I want a Roomba that cleans everything is what I want.
Like your asshole?
I mean, not mine specifically.
You gotta really get down there.
I mean, I don't like cleaning with my asshole. Just because I walk around at my house with my butt cheeks doesn't mean that I have to clean things with my asshole. I can pick things up with my butt cheeks when I'm cleaning with them.
2019,
I do
folks.
tend to pick up, I don't necessarily need
Coins.
a vacuum because I get all the cat hair scooting around like that. And then I take the cat
This
hair.
isn't what I meant when we gotta get weird.
Take the cat hair and I make little pieces of cat clothing for my cat out of his hair. Make little
Trinkets.
hats, make little suspenders for him so we
I've
can
seen
both have
all
little
of this,
suspenders.
and it's just exactly what you'd expect.
There's a reason why people don't come over to my house very much.
Yeah, you can see it all at www.thedapperdads.com. There is a small clickable link that will show you everything you just heard. We're not responsible for what you do once you see that.
It's kind of like the Ring video, except instead of you dying, you have to live with the horrible trauma for the rest of your
And
life.
it's, you wish you were dead, but you can't die.
Just like every day?
Not every day.
Most days.
Yeah. Like every day that ends in Y.
5 out of 7.
I hate when people say that. Did you just imply that 5 out of 7 days end in Y?
In my book.
Cool. Fuck yeah.
This
Dapper
just in
Dad's
2019, Slim can't read.
I'm surprised we made it this long.
Doesn't hold me back from a lot of things, though.
Yeah,
Still
makes
know how
you stronger.
I can
somehow.
fake my way through a driver's license test to get a driver's license. So
Doesn't take much unless you're me.
Doesn't mean you have to read to do everything. I mean, there's a lot of reading and typing involved in my job, but I just go, ooh, look at the squiggles, and somehow everything turns out okay.
dapperdadspodcast@gmail.com. Email us with what days you think end in Y. 402-7-DAPPER. That's 402-732-7737. Call it, text it, fucking blow
Fuck
it
it.
up. Fucking fuck it. Take your phone and fucking fuck it.
Fuck your phone, like
Fuck
that Twitter
your
video
phone.
of the dude fucking the belly.
Yep.
And just fuck your phone.
Yeah. I'm surprised there's not a fuckable attachment for phones.
There has to be.
Yeah. Well, if not, patent pending.
Yeah. Dapper Dad's phone fuck.
What were we going to... Patreon. www.patreon.com/dapperdads.
Got some good things coming up on there.
Some stories you won't hear anywhere else.
Some
and you
regrettable things.
might not even need to hear, or like you shouldn't hear. We
Well, that
shouldn't be
one
saying
story.
them.
The January episode's gonna get wild.
Yeah, everyone's wild, honestly.
Yeah,
They're
they're getting way loose.
Yeah,
Er?
too loose.
Footloose.
Yeah, we're reenacting Footloose week by week. We're into the scene where he's just dancing in that warehouse just to get his aggression
But
out.
he's screaming gang gang the whole
Yeah.
time.
And we play a lot of cops who don't agree with dancing. That's
No.
the main thing.
It's mostly just us beating the shit out of those cops.
Yeah, because come on, you gotta dance.
Fuck.
Yeah, go to Patreon, $5 a month. You'll get all sorts of goodies that are good and bad mixed into one disgusting wrapper. What else? There's some things I feel like we don't talk enough. Someone asked me what Patreon is, so just again to reiterate this we got tons of new listeners 'cause it's 2019.
And the Christmas gift I'm sure you all gave your friends was a recommendation to listen to the
Yes,
Dapper
of
Dads.
course.
The best gift
You
one could
wrapped it
receive.
up and they opened the box and it was just www.thedapperdads.com. Solid choice on your end. Patreon, pay $5 a month. It's a subscription service. You can hear extra bonus content. There's at least one juicy episode a month. Sometimes more. We're going to be adding shit to it. Get in while the getting's good. The price will skyrocket to $45 a month shortly for everyone who's not grandfathered in.
Mm-hmm.
So subscribe your grandfather. That's the only way to keep it at that price. We're not talking about just because you were paying the price before. We need to see your grandpa listening to this for it to continue. What else? Buy some goddamn merch. There's shirts. www.thedapperdads.com/shop. There's mugs. No one's bought a mug in a while. Go buy a mug. There's shirts. We have free stickers and koozies. I think people have forgotten about that.
Yeah.
We'll ship them out. We'll give them to you in person. Get yourself a free sticker.
I need some
and
more koozies, by the way. I've got several good people that have started listening to the show and getting more about it.
If you don't have a koozie and you're listening, you can have a koozie, and they come with stickers. And we'll write a note that says "fuck you."
Yeah,
and we'll ship it to you, or we'll give it to you in person. But they're free, so get them while the getting's good. There's plenty stickers. There's not a ton of koozies, so once they're gone, they're fucking gone. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Follow us on Twitter at DapperDads. We have just the best tweets, honestly. I need to talk to you about Twitter later. There's been some development.
Did I do something bad?
Nope. One time, the first time ever, you were not in trouble.
Oh,
we just need to discuss it. At Dapper Dad's Podcast on Instagram, there's photographs of just our lives, which are constantly crazy. Is that everything?
I think that's
everything. I feel like we
really
really haven't broken it down. So everyone knew in 2018, there's a lot of shit. We do a lot of shit.
We do a lot for you guys
because
we love you, and we're just going to keep doing more for you guys. 2019 is going to be the year of overgrowth for the Dapper Dads. We're going to have so much shit to give for you and do for you.
Like weird growths on your body.
Yeah, like odd things that you see and you think you need to go to the doctor about. Some things you might need to get drained. Some things you might need to get packed. Some things you might just need to have burned off your body with a branding iron.
Wow, this is getting really specific and targeted.
I mean, I'm just saying from the
I told the story about the wound, but I didn't tell about the cauterization.
Well, you know, what I'm going
when I lost my foot in that mall, and they had to cauterize it, and my one shoe's fake. The shoe's real, but the filling is just not there.
I was talking about when I lost my arm in the Civil War, and I was also talking about how we, we have extensive...
Fighting the guy in the Burger King drive-thru is not the Civil War that everyone else thinks.
He was in a Confederate outfit, which leads me to believe that I was fighting for the North.
Yeah, you were right, but it's
not... I was dressed...
just being real loose with the war. These are small battles in your life.
Now, here's how I feel about it. I felt like I was channeling the spirit of the Union because I was wearing my big blue jeans with with some blue Nikes and a blue button,
your boot cut jeans that are boot cut for 4 boots.
Yeah, well,
each leg. Well, that's 8 boots.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to go for an
How many boots?
I'm trying to go for an 8 boot length cut. Because I am trying to
thinking width though.
See, I'm saying it's a lift cut. It's a width.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Width, length, and cut that is very specific.
They're like bell bottoms that have been increased.
They're like bell bottoms with like a parachute on top. Because
they're like the pants where you pull in.
Well, see, in 2019, what I'm trying to start is a new trend where you have your boots, and then you got your boots over your boots, and then those boots have attachments on the sides for other boots. Because what I'm trying to do is make it seem like there's a big crowd of people when I go out cow tipping. You see, because a big man like me goes out cows tips, people are just like, who is this lone monster? I don't want to be seen as a lone monster. Yeah. I want people to think that there's a trend coming back in. So what better way to do it? Because you see people, they put the attachments on their feet that look like dog paws or different kinds of animal feet to like throw things off. In Prohibition, a thing that the guys did when they were making the hooch in the barrels is they would put big cow hooves like with risers on their shoes, so it looked like cows were going through.
We've all worn oversized Jordans when committing felonies.
Well, what I'm saying is that why commit a felony when you are wearing 1 pair of shoes when you could be wearing 5 pairs of shoes?
How many cows are you up to a month now?
I mean, really, I was trying to break 50 before the end of the new year. I got down to...
It's a lot of cows.
It's a lot of... They shouldn't
50
have...
in a month?
50 in a month.
So you're almost at 2 a day. Are you... Is it a daily thing at this point?
It's a daily trial, I would say. It's something that I have to go through.
Trials and tribulations.
Yeah, see, do you remember on the end of the year episode when we were talking about how like I'm the only guy that like bounces back because of like all the things in life.
I don't recall complimenting you.
I was complimented. Go back and listen to it on our year-end wrap-up.
I'd rather not.
But you told me that I have a tenacity to bounce back, and it's because of
I know for a fact I've never said the word tenacity.
It may not have been verbatim, but it was something that you said. I saw it in your eyes. Your eyes said more than your mouth ever could.
That's true.
And those beautiful eyes. And so to me, it's more, I have to go through these trials and tribulations, but I was given the choice to pick my own trials, and I didn't want to do something too hard. I wasn't trying to be like Herculean and reroute a river to clean up a bunch of horse shit, but I also wasn't trying to do things that were, productive and good for society either. So I decided to put myself into a dangerous situation, and I have to find the craftiest and best way to do it because, the excellence of, standards that I set myself.
And it's cow tipping.
Well, cow tipping because
cow tipping is traditionally harder than people anticipate.
Well, it's very hard because it's a big animal, and you got to sneak up on on them. And when you're wearing 5 pairs of shoes, it gets kind of hard to walk around.
You're sneaking up and then pushing at a dead stop, or you're getting a little run and pushing?
Well, depending on the size of the heifer, sometimes.
We've all seen Tommy Boy.
Yeah, depending on what you're doing. I am a big man, but I am not as girthy as Chris Farley was. Not anymore, at least. Yeah. And so, for me...
Well, he said you're like Chris Farley, but more with the drug addiction.
Yeah.
That ultimately resulted in his untimely death.
We all got to go sometime. I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
It's true.
So when you're pushing a cow, tipping a cow, really, if we're going to get into the sportsman-like act of it, you have 2 different options here. When I was a bigger boy, back when I was in my, 1 to 12 a month tipping days.
You used to suplex them.
Well, yeah.
I remember driving down a country road, and just from the glimpse of the moonlight, I could see you just with one over your shoulder just falling backwards.
Well, let me tell you, there's nothing like the rush of suplexing a cow by the pale moonlight and seeing the terrified look in a driver-by's eyes when you see him.
Well, you're naked and you're erect.
Nothing
gives you more power.
I don't want to get
you scream.
Well, I don't want to get my clothes dirty, but I do have my specific cow tipping pants, which I wear that are the big specific boot cuts, so that I can have those because I'm not trying to have my willy out in the moonlight, even though my fly is always inevitably open and my dick is out because I am so goddamn hard from the adrenaline from suplexing cows.
The boot cut jeans are like chaps, also.
Well, yeah, because you
gotta air it out.
Well, I'm going for a movement type of thing. I gotta have the big jeans on because I got.
What you say?
Some would call it a large movement. These big bovine.
And you're
flippers.
always listening to "Move, Bitch" by Ludacris.
Well, is there another song to tip cows to?
I'm right off the bat going to say no, but it's just very alarming because it has that boom, boom, and you start it right when you start tipping the cow.
Well, yeah, because
which scares the other cows. So from just a logical standpoint here, I think you could cover more cows if you would turn down the Ludacris.
Well, see, but then it doesn't add to the trial because I don't want it to be too easy for myself. I'm testing myself here.
Yeah.
I'm testing the cut of my jib.
See, you always give me shit for putting myself through weird, small, personal strains.
Because your small personal strains are confusing and weird, and from an outside perspective they seem like the ramblings of an insane lunatic, and not like a fun Picasso style lunatic, more like a crazy
Picasso fun.
Yeah, Picasso was a lot of fun until he went crazy, hence
oh, I see my trajectory.
Yeah, see, they say history.
When do I get good at anything?
Never.
Okay.
You will never get good at anything. I've tried to hide this from you for as long as I could. The doctor showed me.
You should tell me, because then I can just fucking give up.
Well, me and your therapist don't want you to give up, but we definitely want you to keep trying.
She said she's never met you, but I knew it was weird because she perfectly described you.
I have been fucking her right in her office every day before she sees you. That's what.
It's a weird setup, right? Because sometimes she sits at her desk, but then she has the chair and I'm on the couch, and then the desk makes it feel so impersonal. Is it because the chair is where most of your guys' sex is happening?
Well, it starts in the chair.
She's also engaged and or married.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing about that is that
she's engaged and married.
The thing about that is that the thing about that is that those are just words, and I don't. And when it comes to
we've discussed it.
Oh, of course we have. And
me and her.
Me and her start our love making in the chair. I would say.
Okay.
I like having a woman on top for a little bit. I like having titties in my face. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Wrap around, get a good grab on the ass. While you're just chomping on some titties.
Were you a client?
I started as a client, but then she said she said, and I'm going to say this was verbatim this time. She said that she was too wet for me to be a patient. And so
yeah, she says that to everyone.
That's interesting.
I thought she meant it was so fucking hot in her office.
It's very hot. She keeps it at a steamy 98 degrees and has a whole house humidifier in just her office.
Yeah.
I told her she needs to get a smaller one. They make them for just rooms, but she said it doesn't make her lips balmy enough.
Feels more like an interrogation, right?
It feels like an interrogation in a rainforest is what it feels like. I cannot keep an erection when I'm hot and sweaty like that. I like getting hot and sweaty, but when you're at that whole body all over balmy detox sweat, when you're just trying to talk through your issues, and and then she's sitting there just playing with her pussy on top of the desk.
I don't think we can say that.
I don't think we go to this. I think we're just seeing her at different times.
Yeah, my sessions are vastly different. I will say that much. She seems disinterested. She's got the yellow legal pad. When I take a peek at what she's jotting down, it's usually sketches of you.
Yeah.
And the cock is different. Or maybe it's right, and I'm shocked by what you could be containing in those large jeans, considering they're all crotchless.
I've seen. Well, you got to go crotchless and assless when you're cow tipping, and she actually taught me this because during one of our
she is a fundamental cow tipper.
I consider her a mentor when it comes to my cow tipping. When I went to her about the cow tipping, it was too much of an issue.
Yeah.
And I just started talking about it, and I'd maybe just spoken for 5 seconds. And, she said, "Well, why are you here today? What what makes you interested in therapy? And I said, well, I have a lot of anxiety about things. I'm very depressed. I tip cows constantly. And she just looked at me and pulled her glasses down and said, "You tip cows?" And just got completely naked, got like very slowly. From from a woman with such excitement, and I said she could pick up the pace a little bit, and she said no, it takes away from the moment. I feel like she was trying to make the first time very special, even though I feel like this is something that happens a lot.
I had a similar incident because I told her I tip cows, but I meant I give large amounts of women. I give large amounts of money to fat women.
Yeah, large amounts of money to large women.
And she started to undress, and I said, no. I'm at the strip club giving money away. And she goes, okay, that's your first issue. And she put on a sweater, so she got more dressed.
Yeah.
And it was very hot. And then she started to tell me that it seemed to be an issue with my mother, is why I searched to give money to fat women.
I didn't think your mother was fat.
She's not. I don't think, if we're going to be completely honest, and I know you guys are in a very serious relationship right now, I don't think she's a good therapist. You know what I mean? All of this seems wrong.
The more I think about it, the more I realize that there's some spacing on the sign. I think it just says the rapist.
Ah, yes.
I think we've both just been going to the rapist. Huh. But regardless, she's still my sponsor for cow tipping, because you have to get a sponsor in the program.
Yeah.
This is a serious league sport that we're talking about.
Well, yeah,
here.
you put up those signs like when construction is done, and they put in the yard saying who it's by, and it says the cow's been tipped, and it's just your face. And it says Fast Finger Slam tipped cow sponsored by, and then there's a small picture of her nude, but it's a very grainy,
and
poor
it just says the
quality.
rapist.
Yeah, it says the rapist. Very confusing. So from a farmer's point of view, you're going to be pissed at the cow's tip, but you're going to be more complex by the fucking sign.
Yeah.
So you're like Fast Finger Slim and this grainy, poor quality picture of this naked woman
and that's
that
normally,
goes by the rapist?
Well, and that's normally what people see when they drive by with their brights on and see me tipping cows.
Kipping towels.
Kipping towels by the pale moonlight.
Yes.
Well, you got to play the Ludacris when you go up and scare them, because I want it to be like a game. I want to hunt, Yeah. It's like, I got to get that.
So you're right there, and you turn it on with the Beats pill.
Of course,
our latest sponsor,
the biggest Beats pill that they have, like the scary.
It's like a duffel bag.
It's basically a book bag that I have on my bag, my shirtless bag.
Yeah.
And
it's very loud.
It's so loud.
Yeah.
And what I do is
if the cows aren't tipped, they do die from fright, which is the most delectable meat. If you can get a cow that's been scared to death, it is so supple.
It is the softest meat that you could ever eat.
Yeah, you just swallow it. You're not supposed to chew it.
You can cut it with a knife, not a knife. You can cut it with a spoon.
If I'm really going to a nice, classy 5-star steakhouse, I request a cow that wasn't kept in captivity, free range, grass fed, massaged, and then scared to death by Ludacris. Preferably, if you go to a nice place, scared personally by Ludacris.
So,
if not, scared by Ludacris's music.
What I'm hearing here is a business idea where I personally, we can have like a nice infomercial video for this when we go on Shark Tank. But basically, I'm thinking like Dapper Dad Steakhouse. What would be a good D theme for a steakhouse?
Oh, the dump.
Dapper Dad's Diner Dump.
Yeah,
is what we'll call it.
Let's just call it drive-ins, diners, and dives. Let's call it exactly whatever Guy Fieri's show is.
Just call it the rest.
Because if you name it after him, he will come.
Well, I was just about to say we have to. Guy Fieri has to be our first customer at this place.
Yeah, but only if we call him Guy Fieri.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna just call him Guy Fiery the whole time.
Yeah, if we just call him Gus Ferdy.
Gus Ferdy.
Yeah.
Gus Ferdy. What I'm saying is that we show our infomercial to Gus Ferdy first, and he takes a look at it, and so when we go on Shark Tank, we can say we can have the Guy Lombardo seal of approval.
Okay. Which Shark Tank person do you want to go with? The old bitch out right away. I don't need her.
No,
I don't need her.
I think I want Mark Cuban to invest in
I'd like Mark Cuban I feel like he's got because he'll sell the stakes in his arenas. He's got like a solid backing. I like the old bitchy guy, Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you get him, you got something good, because he's just an old prick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the old pricks always know what's best when it comes to investing in money.
I would like everyone except the woman to just throw cash at us.
Yeah, basically, I just want
also
men,
the other woman, she has weird
cash
teeth.
at me.
If you look at her, it looks like she's wearing Invisalign, which it
maybe
feels like
she's rich enough to afford Invisalign.
No, that's too much money to be wearing Invisalign. She should just have different teeth put in overnight. That's the kind of money she has.
That sounds like a scary, harsh, fast thing when you could just fix your normal teeth that you have grown into your head.
No. All right, so Shark Tank.
So what I'm picturing for this infomercial
is Ludacris in on the pitch?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
We have Ludacris with us because we have him and Guy Fieri Stample. Sample. Stamp.
Sample.
Stample.
It's a sample stamp.
Yeah.
We also are selling stamps by them. It's a separate
it's a separate thing.
Because
but
if I'm on Shark Tank, everyone's like, here's this thing I've planned on for years. I have numbers.
It's like, let's pitch
and
multiple
everything.
ideas.
I'm just shooting things out.
I'm
Whatever
throwing out
sticks.
everything I've
We're
had.
spitballing here.
Yeah.
We got Ludacris and Guy Fieri stamps.
Yeah.
We've got the fucking cows that we're tipping.
We
and then
stamp
we're
the
just-
cows before we tip them.
Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot of
I like to
different
think
things.
that for the steakhouse, it's like a really like art. Do you remember the Sizzler commercials from the 90s where they're like really artful and tasteful and stuff like that?
Yeah,
I'm thinking
much
like
more artful and tasteful than a Sizzler if you've ever went to one.
Yeah, they really make a Sizzler look like
Sizzler
a
give
very nice
balloons?
place. Did they? I know
remember
Ryan,
going
didn't
to-
Ryan Steakhouse do balloons?
I never went to Ryan's Steakhouse.
Really? My mom's
Yeah.
side of the family was like obsessed with Ryan Steakhouse. They
Well,
loved
we
it.
didn't like the way the
R.I.P.
cows were
Ryan's.
treated. They
Well,
just
they
died
weren't-
naturally.
yeah, they weren't
It's
tipping them
disgusting.
enough.
Yeah, you got to scare them to death with Ludacris.
I really want the beginning of our Sizzler style commercial on Shark Tank to start with me slow motion. Starting with me walking out to the field, and I'm clothed in like a very nice kimono, like a silken blue and black kimono that I take off and fold very graciously, and I am wearing the crotchless and assless big blue boot cut
course.
jeans underneath. Oiled up, very.
I would like
oiled
to think at this point at least one of the sharks are out.
well,
And because of that, I'm out. And we're like, shh, we're
no,
not
you
doing it.
just give it a chance. Just watch.
I'm
Watch this part
throwing
right
up
here.
nervously in the corner.
Yeah, that's all you do is puke nervously. I'm the one who has to suddenly do all the talking, even though the whole pitch you were just like, I'm gonna do the talking.
It's
I got
me.
this.
I got this, and I'm just puking.
Ludacris is just holding open a garbage bag. He's just like, man, come on.
Yeah.
And
Like, thanks, Lou. The word of mouth was my first rap.
chicken and liquor.
I wish you went back to your
Ironically,
old
what you're
days.
puking up, chicken and liquor.
Yeah. Chicken and waffles, right?
Yeah.
Or beer and chicken. What the fuck was? I
thought it was chicken and
This is
liquor.
what we're telling him. I don't think it's chicken.
I don't think it's chicker. I don't think it's
You
chicker.
should have named it Chicker.
Chicken and liquor. Chicker for sure, my guy.
Yeah, we're just pitching
For
better,
sure.
better album titles for his previous releases.
That was the whole point of this. We just shot the commercial for shits and giggles. We just wanted to talk to Ludacris about how he should instead of
we were able to meet him.
instead of the life of Pabloing it, don't change the music, just keep changing the title of it.
Yeah.
It makes it more obscure to find.
Yeah.
So I'm out there oiled up to the point where like my hair is also oiled back.
Yeah.
Because of it.
Real scumbag.
Real scumbag looking shit. Like I just like rolled around in a greasy pizza. And so, and then you see the moon, like it's one of those weird, like avant-garde things where you see the moon and the stars, like doing like a full rotation, and you see the moon, like light change on me. Like obviously I'm standing there for a long time just watching these cows. And then product endorsement, you see the large Beats pill on my back, which I strap on. And I slowly.
And the power button is like this big.
Huge.
It's like a stop sign.
And
You
so-
just push it with both hands.
And so I gracefully walk up to the cows and I say a silent prayer in a lost ancient tongue, and I smack the power button. It just goes boom, boom.
And it propels you up into the air.
It propels me so hard into a cow, like a rocket pack, that I grab the cow like this on the way by. And it's just going, and its legs are stuck out. And you drive by, listening to the Ludacris song in the car, move, but it's much quieter.
Yeah.
Move, bitch, get out the way. And you just see in a beautiful slow-mo motion, you driving by, and it's the scene as you're driving by of me slow-mo suplexing this cow onto the ground. You see the fear in the cow's eyes reflected by the moonlight. You see the tenacious greasiness in my face as I'm like just slow-mo smashing the cow to the ground, and we just slow-mo see your face as you're just like, oh my god. And then it freezes for a hard second on the oh my god, and then like it's this square that fades back into like darkness with like an echo of god. And we're like, here at Dapper Dad's Dump, you can come in and get yourself a fine tipped cow any day of the week. Here, we believe in treating the animals right. They're grass-fed, organic, free range. And then Slim puts on a giant Beats pill and plays Move Bitch, Get Out the Way by Ludacris. Chicker, liquor, coming later. Patton said, just from the back here, Ludacris go, I did not approve that.
I was actually told I would be here under different circumstances.
We told you, in the infomercial, we told Luda we were going to talk to him about it later. Patent pending.
Luda would also like to say he's in the next Fast and Furious.
Checker Liquor coming 2019. And We take the cow
Just
and
us in the studio listening to badass Ludacris song.
just us. I'm sitting there with a dead cow that I've tipped over. We take your cows and we personally tip them, and when the other ones die from fear of adrenaline, we massage the meat in a room that plays nothing but banging new Ludacris beats. Then it's moved on to a separate room from the conveyor belt where Guy Fieri comes and he just yells at the cows and talks about how fantastic of a seasoning is going to go on them. From there, they're put through a giant grinding machine where we use every single part of the cow.
And there's like 45 minutes of footage
just
of
cow just getting murdered and chewed up.
I get, we in post we talked about trimming this down,
but we really wanted to show you guys the
now,
process.
Seeing it now, it definitely is excessive.
See, I mean, the big thing here is that you're getting an exclusive listen to Checker Liquor before it comes out.
I finally stopped puking and I look up at the footage. Good Lord.
Luda's like, I'm running out of room in the bag. His arms are shaking.
Luda, open your shirt. Let me puke it.
Man, my shirt's tucked in.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me puke through the neck hole.
Yeah.
It'll catch it.
Let me puke on your
Just
chain.
me puking in Ludacris's neck hole.
And he's just standing there. Why did I sign a contract with these guys?
I don't even get anything from this.
And then it's us sitting at a table in very, very nice suits. I'm still very greasy, still wearing the assless chaps.
I'm still vomiting.
And it like the conveyor belt slides out two perfectly plated steaks that we just take and we just throw into our mouths because no chewing involved. Yeah. They're so tender from all of the yelling and the
like
Ludacris
butter.
beats.
It's literally just butter.
And then it's us for 5 minutes just like gripping the edge of the table trying to swallow a steak whole, just like just like
we should
neck
have tried
muscles
this
getting
before.
tense. But like you're trying to talk, I'm like that's where we're both just trying to like I'm like punching myself in the neck trying to get it down, I'm like slapping myself. I'm like just veins sticking out of my face. Really zoomed in angry shots of us just sweating because we're trying to get this steak down our throat, and then we finally just get it down and we're like
we're looking for $6
water.
million for a 2% share of our company. We're not willing to budge on any of it.
We're not willing to budge on any of this. This is the commercial we would like to show on TV to advertise the business.
We'll give you $500,000 for 35% of the company. We're like, can we step out and talk about this? We like step out and we're just talking about something completely different.
Step out, you just take some puke out of Ludacris's shirt and slap him with it. You're like, this isn't working because you won't do Checker Liquor.
We're just drinking beers and we come in and we're like, $500,000 is way more money than we'll ever see. We'll take it.
You know what? I'm going to basically use this to help produce Checker Liquor too. So
yeah, this is all just a very extravagant ploy to get Checker Liquor.
So cook that shit up, Mark Cuban.
He's like, I can't wait to have this in all of my arenas for the basketball teams I apparently own.
And then we suddenly start, it actually suddenly starts coming in, and they start doing better commercials for us because they're handling the business better. But it's just basketball players eating our steaks and just choking them down like that.
I would also like Damon to be involved because he made FUBU, which is just crazy that one of the sharks made FUBU, which is a fucking fan. Imagine if we had FUBU behind those. The cows are in FUBU.
The cows run FUBU.
Yeah.
One of the managers of FUBU is a cow.
Huge mistake.
Big mistake, but
works.
You know what? If Tracy Morgan can see a
it's going to go viral.
As long, hey, that's our in. That's where we start getting.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be throwing the word viral around a lot.
Viral marketing, telemarketing, synchronization.
Yeah, we're exclusively doing telemarketing, like cold calls.
Synchronicity. Yeah. What's the other word I'm looking for here?
Sinks, kitchen sinks.
Yeah, kitchen sinks that you make replicas of other sinks, and then they're interlinked sinks that you put other sinks in and use one sink like a trash bag for the other sink.
Your reference is in a part that didn't make it to this episode.
Interlinked.
So perfect. Interlinked sinks. That's something we can throw in the meantime. You give that to one of the women.
An interlinked sink.
Interlinked sink.
And so one of the girls on Shark Tank, we're pitching an interlink sink.
Yeah. Well, the one is very old.
It's full of cells.
It's not that I hate women.
Are you telling me that women get old and they suddenly are not women?
No, you said girl.
Well, I mean, like as a broad term.
You can't call an old woman a girl.
I mean, she's a female.
You can call her a female.
Can I call her a famale?
No, you shouldn't call anyone a famale.
But it's fun.
Are you talking about femme fatale?
No, I'm talking about...
Are you watching femme fatale on your phone right now?
While eating tamales.
Okay. Now it makes sense. That's another pitch, right?
Love to be eating a famale.
Bringing them out.
It's a service.
What about people? It's a streaming service. It only shows femme fatale, and it delivers you tamales. So...
The famale fatale famale.
Yes. See, it rolls right off of several tongues.
You got to have several
Yeah.
tongues in a mouthful
You
of
got to
tamale
just have
to
like
say
the
it.
split tongue. You know?
Or you got to be able to do that like 3 thing with the tongue where you're like, you know how like some
Yeah,
people can
I
like,
can do that, but my tongue won't stop being yellow, so I've been trying to keep it
is
in
it
my
still
mouth.
yellow?
It's still yellow.
Show me
from
a little,
time to
show me a
time.
little 3 thing. No, like a 3 thing. I
Oh.
know your tongue's yellow. I'm just assuming it's always yellow at this point.
I don't know how to do it now, and I don't want to do it. Oh, God. Yours is just white. Yeah, yours is very white.
Is that bad?
I don't think it's good.
I'm thirsty.
Yeah, maybe it's partly that.
Yeah.
But it could also be... I knew a guy who performed oral sex on a woman.
On a whim.
On a
famale?
On a whim, he performed oral sex, and his
On a
tongue got
whim.
very white, and he got very sick. And I don't... That's all
Sounds
I have
like a
on
yeast
him.
infection.
On his tongue?
I mean, I feel like it stands to reason that like if the girl's got a yeast infection and you eat her
This
out.
is gross.
I mean, it's gross.
This is gross. Is this what we are?
I mean,
Are
yeah.
we shock entertainment?
Of course we are. We've always been shock
2019,
entertainment.
We're shock entertainment.
We're crazy broad shit with shock entertainment.
We're crazy broads.
I
2019, we're women.
I do have some wigs at the house. I thought that we could use in a photo shoot.
Only if
soon.
I can fall into a bowling ball.
They're
and break
actually
my butt.
they're actually very very nice wigs.
Perfect.
I was actually kind
Why?
of. They were brought to my house because someone acquired them and just has no use for them. And they said to me, "I thought you could use these wigs for something." My first thought was a
Interesting.
photo shoot for us where we recreate
wear
the
wigs?
picture from The Simpsons where they're all on the curb wearing the wigs.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking of Milhouse and Bart in the bed, and he falls on the bowling ball and he breaks his butt.
So you
and
want
then
to dress
it's
in
cool.
drag and bounce around?
I don't have a problem with it. Drag would probably mean we have more clothes on than most of our photo shoots.
You're not wrong. We could probably, man, how big of
I'd
a
like to see you in a dress.
I would say, how big of a dress am I going to have to get?
Big one.
A
Muumuu.
A muumuu?
Yeah.
A muumuu is technically not a dress, though. It's a garment, but it's like it's not a dress.
I think we're just splitting hairs at this
I'm
point.
not saying we're not splitting hairs, but I'm saying a muumuu is
Fine. I want to see you in a pencil dress.
A pencil dress? Like a little black dress?
Yeah, but with the white top.
Ooh, a crop top?
Mm.
In New York, I Millie rock?
Yes.
Hide it in my sock?
Yes. Yes.
Hide everything in my sock?
Yeah. Hide.
This is how we rock?
Party rock? It's in the house
Tonight?
Tomorrow. Not
Tomorrow
tonight.
night.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Tomorrow night.
They
Party
never
Rock
play
will be in
that
the
first
house.
version where it's like Party Rock is coming up next week.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's because they say music is about. It's part of the satisfaction of music is the anticipation of
Yeah.
it. Like that's why, like club music is
And
so
you
hot.
can't, like, I'm not ready to party rock every night. And if
No.
it's in the house, then I feel like obliged to
In
party
the
rock.
house
and you don't want to
especially.
show up because you have to party rock.
Well, and a
you know
party
what I mean?
rock every night. I feel like it's
Yeah.
gonna start to become
I
mundane.
am
after a
getting
while.
tired and old.
Yeah, I
At
can't party rock
43,
every night.
I'm not party rocking every night.
Well, I
That's
mean, I
fucking
remember.
crazy.
God, it just feels like 16 years ago you were voting for the Nixon administration.
I don't know if that adds up. You're making my age sound ridiculous.
Your age is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's debatable.
Some
It's
would
a
say you're
huge debate.
timeless, but it implies there's a classicness to you. But really, we're just trying to get rid of you as quickly as possible.
Well, fucking try me.
We tried last year. We tried taking out your knees, your elbows, everything, but you just wouldn't die.
Everybody says they want me dead, but they're not fucking doing it.
I tried harder, but I just love you so much.
Yeah, well,
It'd be a
that's-
crime of passion.
I've watched a lot of Tales from the Crypt where the whole basis is killing your loved ones for money.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that's
mean-
like literally 73%
But what
of
money
all
am I
Tales from
going
the
to
Crypt.
get if I kill you? I feel like
That's
I
a
would make more
huge
money if you were alive.
Life insurance policy,
But not for
like
me.
a ridiculous one. Well, maybe we get married.
Could we?
I don't know.
Is 2019 the year you finally say
How
yes?
good is your insurance?
Very good.
Mine is bad.
Mine
I'm
is great.
honestly at the point, if I keep getting sick, if I can't get, if this yellow tongue won't go away, I'll fucking marry you.
You want to get married? So let's give the yellow tongue another month, and then we'll go down to the courthouse.
Let's give it 2 months. I don't want to rush it.
I mean, I don't want to rush in anything either. I've been hurt before, and I have a lot of scars, but I feel really good about you. You're
I
different.
will not sign a prenup.
You are so different from any girl I've ever met.
That's true. You're fucking telling me. I'm also, in my opinion, different from every girl you've ever met.
You are very different from every
Yeah.
girl I've ever met.
It's weird.
Yeah, you are, but I feel like I'm constantly looking for you in a woman, so it makes it very hard.
Yeah. We've really broke down a huge glooming wall that we've had this whole time.
Basically, I just want a woman that treats me like shit constantly and tries to run my life.
I'm assuming it's not what you implied, but it seems like you mean that I treat you like shit.
I mean, you're not like. I mean, I'm not wearing Gucci every day or anything. You know. I mean, I don't have.
Neither am I.
I don't have.
You think I give you the Gucci
I mean,
before I get it?
my daddy hasn't given me an allowance, so like, you know, I don't know. He's not really treating me that good.
www.patreon.com/dapperdads. Fucking pledge $5 or more a month, and maybe Slim will get some money from me this year.
Yes, Daddy. Yes.
Spoiler alert: he won't. I'll get you the Gucci flip flop bootlegs if they'll take my fucking credit card.
Try it again. Use my credit card.
Okay. Yeah, like this works better for me.
I just want us both to have
you.
the knockoff Gucci
I know, I do
flip-flops.
too, but I don't want to have another awkward phone call where they cut my card off. But credit cards, you can charge back. So maybe I do that. If I don't get them, I charge back.
Just get them and charge back anyway.
I kind of, yeah. I've done that with a few things.
Why not?
Yeah. I don't get how you just are going to give me that kind of power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yo, I never got
You know how many shirts? I just got a shirt. I told you I was waiting on a shirt in the mail. Crazy shit. I'm like, this is taking way too long. Apparently it was from Australia, but I paid in dollar bills.
Okay.
I sent them dollar bills over time.
Yeah.
Like a payment plan. But I was like, you guys never told me this was coming from Australia. So I gave it some more time because the shirt was that worth it. I fucking get it. In the size I wear, it's grossly small. And it's one of those fucking prints that's just so hard. It's like an all-print shirt, which is what sold me on it. But it's just like, you know that Isaiah Rashad shirt I have that's just like a big square and you can like fold it? I'm like, what are you doing? I paid...
Are people's bodies different in that part of the world, maybe?
Yeah, I was like, I don't think so.
Does the atmosphere in Australia give people a different body type? Is there less oxygen down there? Makes them boxier?
You mean up there?
Australia's down.
No, everything's up.
No, it's down.
No, you're thinking of Mexico.
No, I'm thinking of Australia.
Yeah, the other Mexico.
The other, that's who we need to be building the wall against is Australia.
Oh, we can't say that for a very specific reason.
Australia?
Yeah, we can't malign Australia. We'll get into it, but we can't yet.
What has Australia done for me recently?
Just hold your horses. What they did to me is sell me a shirt. Because there can't be like, you get a shirt from China, I'm like, yeah, their sizes are different.
Yeah.
I don't think they're...
I didn't think.
Shirts
I mean, I
change.
get in the West, we tend to be a bit bigger, but like I didn't think they were that.
But it looked like what sold me is it looked like a tight neck from the picture, which I've been duped before. It did seem like a tight neck, but a very tight, disgusting shirt. And it's you would fucking die about this shirt.
What is it?
I can't tell you.
Why?
Maybe I'll just slim down and get into that shirt.
Maybe
I'll take a picture of the graphic and then make the shirt myself, like I do a lot.
There you go.
Fuck them.
Make it better.
Yeah, they fucking duped me. I'm so pissed.
Ugh.
I'm still pissed.
Why can't I talk shit about Australia?
Just hold on. You want to get into some submissions?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. You guys fucking submit.
Is Australia sponsoring us?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. A whole country is sponsoring us. That's bad on their part.
Yeah, but it is a huge endorsement.
Yeah.
That you, of course, immediately ruined without even the knowledge of it.
Well, I feel like it should have been brought to my attention sooner.
Well, you know, I have to keep some things from you.
Well,
most things.
That's how our love works.
A lot of things.
Yeah, that's our whole relationship is you just keep secrets from me and dissatisfy me.
So we've got like 7 submissions?
Yeah, people love us.
Sick. I feel like this happens every like beginning of a year. People are like, here's all these submissions.
Their New Year's resolution is to be better to us, and then they fail in the first month.
Yeah, everybody fails in the first month.
Yeah.
One of my New Year's resolutions is to stop drinking Welch's sparkling grape juice because it, as every winter, has become, I will admit, a problem.
Yeah.
I'm at a bottle a day, to be completely honest.
Are you really?
I'm not even kidding with you.
It's $3 a day.
I don't care about money. I care about the delicious, thirst-quenching Welch's sparkling grape juice.
This is how addiction starts. You don't care about the money, and then you run out of money, and then you got to steal shit to sell.
I got 4 the other day.
Incredible.
I got 3 last night. I'm not even joking with you.
I want to buy it so bad every time I go to the store, but I know better.
See, me with beverages.
Oh, I'm aware.
It
gets scary.
Really bad.
It gets really freaky really fast, and it scares everyone around.
But
This is one of your interventions that we're trying to do.
I'm really good at cutting it off. I do this every winter. When it starts coming around and I remember, I get one sip and I'm off the wagon. Like I'm so far off the wagon, I'm on to another wagon in a different county.
You're like somebody that just like hears someone doing cocaine and you're like, I'm back.
Yeah, but it's just with beverages, so it could be way worse. That's what every time.
I've never said. Oh no, I'm grateful. It's just with beverages.
Every time someone's like,
drugs.
"You're getting a little crazy," I'm like, "It could be worse," which is the sign of an addict.
Yeah, exactly.
A responsible addict.
Yeah, I try not to point it out too much because you seem to function. You can hold a job. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, if this is my job, I can hold it.
Yeah,
I can hold this podcast.
I can hold a lot of things.
All right, the first one we got here is from That's a full government name. So we'll it's signed George. So we'll say George. Also, I think the email is real, so I'm not going to do it. George, you're a good guy. We're not going to put your full government name on blast, although it was a thing we would have done in the past.
Is it Kaplan?
Yeah, why would you just say it? Now I
Because
got to edit it out.
Because that's not his real name.
That's not his name?
No.
Okay. Well, yeah, George Kaplan. George Kaplan at northbynorthwest.com is the email. Or yeah, I guess he does say in this that that's not his name. But I didn't read I'm going to be honest. Read the submission so long ago that I forgot about it.
Took your vacation a little too liberally, I think.
Yes, we both took a vacation. It says it's not a curse. Hey, dads, as you by now have figured out from the email and the subject, GKN by NW isn't some crazy curse I cast upon you. It better not be, because I've said it twice.
Yeah,
and
we've
think
said it,
traditionally,
I think the third
if you say it
time.
3 times, we've all seen Beetlejuice.
Can't trip me up again.
Mm-mm.
Won't get fooled again.
It stands for George Kaplan, North by Northwest, and it's a reference to the Hitchcock movie. I should have just read that again, but I didn't.
Interesting.
Anyway, the reason I write is I'm wondering is... You guys make me sound crazy.
You guys just get drunk and send us submissions.
The reason I write is I'm wondering is to ask if there's...
I am a have good doing with the English part of teaching and talking.
Is there anything in your past, present, or possible future that you have wanted so desperately that you would have made a proverbial Robert Johnson style deal with the devil to have come true? Of course, gods and the devil aren't real, so this is purely hypothetical, but absolutely anything goes here. I've put a lot of thought into this myself, and I honestly can't think of anything in my own life, but I'd like to hear you guys talk about it. Thanks for putting out such a quality podcast week after week, George. Thank you, George.
Thanks, George. We appreciate it, bud.
Yeah, George's a good fan. George went to Richard's and got a free beer, so listen to us. We typically don't steer you in the wrong direction.
He also went to that animal sanctuary that I recommended on the
See?
show and made a very nice donation, and they sent him a very nice card for it.
Wow. I like when people do the shit we talk about.
Yeah.
And then I think everyone's always like, wow, I'm glad I did that.
Yeah,
so we're
like
not just
we don't
constantly
recommend
full of
bad
shit.
things to you.
No, we try to steer
We
you
might
in the right
influence
direction.
you to do some bad things when
Yeah.
you're with us.
Yeah,
but
or you go to the places and you do some things.
Yeah, we can't
Like,
control what you do.
You know, obviously went to Richard's. He had a couple beers, which
Yeah.
some people aren't fond of. He went to the animal sanctuary. He choked one of the birds that was there.
Yeah, killed
That's
the bald
all-
eagle. That was a bad
I
move
mean,
on your part, George.
They're not really that big.
It
You
was
know
like
what I
50
mean?
years old.
Yeah, so it's ready to go.
No,
you want to
got
be
the-
50?
Yeah.
All right,
I
when you're
wanna be
50,
103.
when you're 50, you'll be choked by a fan.
Okay, I
Putting
can
it
deal
out
with
there
that.
now.
Nice salt and pepper beard at that point, I'm thinking.
I'm 46.
Still no beard.
Yeah, but something's coming.
It's
in.
coming.
Something's.
Those 3 little hairs on your chin are gonna
I
come
got a
in.
gross mustache. Just wait.
Oh, we all have gross mustaches.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything. I forgot that it said possible future. I bet I've got some, like, right now.
Oh, yeah, I guarantee there's some seeds in the works of things that I'm going to sell my soul
If
for.
any, yeah, right now, I'd probably make a deal with.
2019 is definitely the
hypothetical.
year I sell my soul.
Yeah.
That's a fact. I'm
yeah.
thinking the summertime when it's actually nice outside to be at a crossroads at midnight. You know?
I don't know. Is it going to be hot when you meet the devil?
I'm
Because
think-
I might do it now. 'Cause it's chilly.
I mean, I think I don't. Maybe there'll be some warmth, but I don't think like it's going to be like you're.
His presence will have warmth.
He's coming from hell to the earthly plane to make a deal with us. So I don't think it'll be hot.
Yeah,
I think
it'll be warm in his presence.
He's warm. There's a heat that radiates off of him.
He's from the deep south.
He's from the deep hard south.
I just watched Little Nicky. I don't know. As far as like I always have it where things happen in my life, and in the moment, I'm like, I would do anything to make this go away. You know what I mean?
Like do anything to make this go away, or do anything to make this happen, or
Yeah.
like where you want, like, because there's always things that you want, you know.
Yeah.
But you really got to decide if it's things that, you know, I can't say I've ever wanted. I've wanted things bad enough that I've done bad things to get the things I want. But I never.
I'm more thinking about like when I was a kid and I got arrested. I was like, that's one of those things where you're like, my life is over. I'd do anything to undo this. But then like now it doesn't mean shit. You know what I mean? I just have 7 felonies. Bitch, I'm Bill Bellamy. You know what I mean?
7's God's number, so I feel like that's the holy amount of felonies to have.
Yeah, that's what they said in court. They were like, well, you should be in prison forever, but you're like,
if you had
Jesus.
6, that's the devil's number, and we just would have thrown you in the slammer.
Yeah.
But 7, that's the holy number of felonies that you're allowed to have.
Yeah.
Don't do any more than 7.
I'm trying really hard to do a bunch.
Yeah,
right now.
well,
I'm doing one right now.
I know about several that are in works right now because
it's
of
just
you,
kind of,
so
you know, it's like a well-oiled machine.
cannot wait for
of
the
felonies.
FBI to come get you.
They'll have to take me. They won't take me alive.
No, yeah,
So
no.
you'll have to take me alive.
I
And I just
told
walk right out and surrender to them.
I told him.
Fuck.
You see, the police showed up to Busy Bones' house because he was threatening Migos on Instagram Live with a gun.
I didn't see that they showed up, but I seen that stupid old man diss. I thought it was Crazy Bone. Which bone was
I
it?
thought it was Busy Bone.
I think it was Crazy.
Busy Bone.
Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of shit that in the moment you think is like gonna fucking ruin your life, and then if you just give it some time, it doesn't ever matter again.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I don't feel like there's ever something where I would sell my soul in the heat of the moment.
No,
for something
I haven't
wanted
done
so bad.
anything that I would, sell my soul about. But definitely in the present, I'd sell my soul just to have like a ton of money.
Yeah.
Right now. I'll do it right now.
I would sell my soul if every time I went to go pay for something, I had the exact amount of money for it. Like, and
I don't like that one.
I love that one because it's like, you know, it's you can think of it in a small term, you know, like going out, like let's say, you know, we all go out to Richard's or something and we get fantastically drunk. I just go, hey, you know what? I'm going to pick up the tab, and I just have enough money to pay for the tab.
I guess it works.
I go to, you know, I don't like where I'm living anymore. I want to get a house in a nice neighborhood. I just go to buy the house and I just have that much money.
That's going to get you the FBI.
Eh.
You can't just, because what the fuck are you doing?
It's magic.
And then they're going to kill you.
Yeah, well, they can kill me all they want, or they could let me use it responsibly for good things.
I wish for infinity hamburgers.
I would use the infinity money to like fix all the things that are wrong. Like I'd fix all like the water pipes in Flint and like donate.
So if you made a deal with the devil in that sense, but you just did really nice things, hypothetically, do you think you would still go to heaven?
I think that it's going to be one of those things where, okay, like you remember that movie Constantine back in the day?
Yeah.
He's a DC Comics character, and the whole like antithesis of his character is that because he deals in like black magic and the dark arts and like possessions and stuff like that, because he's a person that has access to that, he's going to hell because humans aren't supposed to mess with that. But there's several times where he has died in the comics, he died in the movie, and because of the good way that he died, he goes to heaven.
So you're basing your life off a comic book?
Well, I mean, aren't we all?
It depends on the comic book.
In a way, but I'm feeling like if I'm selling my soul to the devil for infinite money to do only good things with, then I feel like that would get me into heaven, because like if I just do not like if like I could fix the whole world, like I could fix all the money problems in the world.
But they'll kill you.
Who?
The government.
Why?
Because we can't talk about it.
But
They'll kill both of us.
What if I could just give them all the money they want to make them happy? Because that's all anybody wants is money. Somebody's like, okay, I'll take $98 trillion. I got $98 trillion. I can give them. Everybody just has all the money they want.
No, then money is going to become meaningless.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really fixing the world here with this power.
This is
So I feel like
too deep.
I feel like if I'm
going to
fixing
sell my soul. We're each going to sell half of our soul to the devil to make this podcast the most successful podcast.
So what
anyone's
happens
ever
when
seen.
we die? Then half of us goes to heaven and half of us goes to hell.
Yeah,
But if
that's fine.
like half and half, or like half and half.
I don't know. What's the worst case scenario?
Worst case scenario,
Your dick goes to hell.
Yeah, and then you can feel your dick getting tortured while your upper half is having a really good time in heaven.
And everybody's just
Or-
playing with your nipples.
Yeah, or you could be
I'm
getting
down.
like the best slop toppington in heaven, and you're being tortured down in hell in your upper half, but it feels like you're getting like the best head of your life all the time.
No, I'm definitely sending my dick to hell.
Yeah, but you can still feel your dick.
Yeah, but I'm getting my nipples stroked by angels.
But your dick is being like turned into hamburger meat for eternity.
Well, that's fine. Eventually, that's the thing with hell is if you're tortured, eventually you just become accustomed to it. So if it's fiery in hell, eventually you'll become accustomed to it.
So eventually you just get used to the pain of your...
You'd eventually, if someone
Are you
was
implying that the nipple strokes feel so good that the dick pain doesn't matter?
heavenly nipple strokes,
Heavenly nipple strokes,
they
though.
feel so good that you're like, yeah, my dick is a little uncomfortable, but these nipple strokes really take. You know what I mean? It's like if I
suppose I
it's
haven't
like
had
if
a
I
good
grabbed your
nipple
balls
stroke
and
in a
twisted
while.
them right now, but I was kissing you in the mouth. You'd be like, "There's pain there, but I'm
How
taking
are you
away
kissing
from it."
me on the mouth?
Sensually.
Like really like aggressively? Like are you like biting my lip, or like are
I'm
we just-
nibbling your lip, but I'm jamming tongue in.
Okay.
But you like everything about it.
But
I'm twisting your balls like I'm getting paid to do it.
Could you stroke my nipples instead?
No, I'll lick your nipples.
Could,
but one.
I would prefer if I'm looking for a mix of
Listen,
testicle contortion, passionate kissing, and the other hand is stroking a nipple.
I know we all are hoping for that, but it just doesn't always work.
I mean,
you can't always get what you want.
But
Mick Jagger.
But can I get what I need, which is that combination of things?
No, I know for a fact you don't need that.
You don't know.
No.
This is why we won't get married, because you don't listen to my needs.
Well, we've got a lot of things to work through. Definitely, we need to work on our
heavenly nipple strokes.
Yes. All right, yeah, George. We'll sell our souls. Get us in touch with the devil.
Yeah, let him know we'll sell half of them for podcast fame.
Yeah, just dick half.
Yeah, just dick half though.
Dick soul half. All right, our next one comes from fuckshitpiss@ass.com.
Hell yeah, gang.
It says, I'm willing to bet drama is about 69 years old, give or take 420 days. I will say you're not far off.
Nope. But you also could not be farther from the truth.
Exactly. All right. That was a great one. Next one comes from Lemmy, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Never heard of
from bitch@out.com.
Bitch out.
It says, yeet. So I figured out why I was having such a hard time during Circle of Death. I was drinking a lot of beer, as we all were, but my fatal flaw is that I cannot, even if my life depended on it, burp. I just can't burp. I don't know why. So all the gas from the beer was building up and ruining my night. Call me a bitch or whatever, but imagine not being able to burp at all that night or in general. It's horrible. All right, you're a bitch.
You huge
I think we
bitch.
should say.
Gigantic bitch.
We also, I
bet if we punched him in the stomach enough, he would have burped.
I was gonna punch him.
If I scared him enough, I bet he would have burped.
I was gonna scare him with these punches.
Scare him with these hands on sale.
Yeah, this is a peek into, we had the Dapper Dad's office Christmas party. 2K18, which I'm sure you folks have seen on social media. Lemmy was for some reason invited.
Yes.
We picked one fan, as we do every Christmas party. We've been throwing the Christmas parties for 25 years.
Yeah.
Only the podcast for the past 2. So
yeah.
We had to make the podcast for the office Christmas party.
Right.
Honestly.
Yeah. It's honestly just based around the Christmas party.
Yeah, we're reverse engineering a Christmas party. But yeah, so we were playing some Circle of Death. We were having a moderate amount of beers, I would say.
I would say a respectable, gentlemanly amount. Not to get too crazy.
No. No sinks were hurt.
No 2 garbage bags full of beer cans with garlic butter and piss on them were filled up after the party.
Well, if I pissed in the sink, but I didn't realize there was cups in there,
You
and then
filled up a whole cup.
Yeah, I peed perfectly into a cup. Maybe we shouldn't throw cups in the sink.
I wasn't throwing cups in the sink.
I'm just saying as a rule of thumb.
There was a lot of rules of thumbs that should have been followed that night that weren't.
Well, that's why you don't host parties.
I loved it though. It was such a good party.
So yeah, we had a good party. We played Circle of Death. Apparently beers were drank. I know people who can't burp. Weren't we just talking about someone like this?
Mm-mm.
I thought in my garage recently we were talking about this.
Possibly.
Because I have a friend who can't burp, so he doesn't drink beer. He just drinks liquor. Or he drinks beer and then he pukes and then he just keeps drinking beer. He just can't burp.
That's the better option.
Someone else was talking to me about someone who can't burp. So yeah, it's a thing. I don't know what to tell you. You just got to figure it. I guess you just got to puke in between.
So we got to make him puke next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he kept going, but he was just whining the whole time.
Yeah, I want to know if that diuretic worked on him eventually.
He said, well, yeah, I don't know why that didn't seem like the answer.
It makes me pee, and I figured if he
I
just
didn't think
couldn't
he had to pee. Yeah,
I thought he was just so full of liquid. That's what I thought, because he could have just said he just couldn't burp.
Well,
like,
clearly he didn't realize until after that he couldn't burp.
I feel like that's something a fact that should have been brought up at some point.
Just a blanket statement here. If you're gonna party with the dad squad, any of them, we need to know your medical history up front. That includes not being able to burp.
Yeah, that's honest to God not a lie. Like, that's not a joke.
We need to know what you're doing. Also, like, and I'm gonna say this now because he was ready to stop drinking beer. We're not gonna let you stop drinking beer.
No.
If you signed up for a party with us,
if you signed the medical waiver, you keep going.
And the medical waiver is your presence.
Yeah.
It's just
you showing. If you show up, you're agreeing to do whatever.
Yeah.
You do whatever we say.
So you gotta. Yeah. I'm not gonna let you. If I get drunk, I'm not gonna let anyone stop drinking.
If you get the prestigious honor of being at a dad squad get together, you follow our rules.
If we're out at a bar, I'm still gonna make you drink, but I don't have access to everything.
Right.
If I just
have access to everything,
we had so much shit.
There was so much shit everywhere.
I'll make people drink Hennessy until they puke,
Yeah.
or Jameson until they fall asleep in a chair, beers until
there is still all of those things in my basement.
I'm sure we gotta get that. I gotta get that Henny back. It's special.
I'm keeping it safe. Don't worry.
But yeah, there's a lot. And yeah, I get to a point where I get drunk and it may be rude, but we're going to keep drinking. And that's what I told him.
You get belligerent when you get drunk enough.
I'd like to see proof of it.
I will film it next time because good Lord, the things that fly out of your mouth.
Okay, well, if we're going to talk about things that are flying out of the mouth,
Hey,
you said some unforgivable things that night.
Well, like what?
It was very specific about your high school gym teacher. Like a lot of pent-up aggression. I can't remember. What was his name? Mr. McDaniels? You were just like, fuck. And at first I had no idea what you were talking about. You were like, Mr. McDaniels. And then you would just chug a beer and we were like, oh, whatever. Well, and then you were like, in his short gym shorts, had to run the mile in 20 seconds, which I don't think is possible, but maybe that's why you have so much pent-up aggression.
Possibly,
You're very upset.
I think
you're like gymnasium.
I think it's just where I started my hatred of authority figures was in gym class, because nobody.
Gym teachers suck.
I was a little fat kid. Nobody liked being told how to run.
Fucking hate.
I don't see what's so unforgivable about that.
You were then it just got very specific. You were like, he lives at this address. Why don't we go slit his wife's throat?
Well, I mean, I thought I was in good company.
And his wife died several years ago.
I was referring to the corpse.
It was implied that we would be digging up a grave in the winter. That's where I checked out. I'm down, but
we were going to get hot water.
That's a lot. Have you ever tried to thaw ground to bury something? Because I actually have.
Yeah, as have I.
Yeah,
because when I was a kid,
we can't. I don't think we can tell these
It wasn't a person. It was 2 rabbits.
Yeah. It's always 2 rabbits.
It was 2
Mine
rabbits.
Mine was 40 rabbits long.
No, what happened was...
No, you can't tell this story.
Okay, it's a Patreon story.
It's not even a Patreon story.
I'll tell you after the show.
I've heard it.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess I do talk about my trauma a lot.
Yeah, that's too deep. But yeah, Leonard, fucking Google how to burp, you bitch.
Yeah, there's a YouTube tutorial. Come on, bud. We love you. Get it together.
Oh, this one comes from the previous submitter. We've got a duplicate submission. It's from fuckshitpiss@ass.com. That one really rolls off the tongue. And the subject is PS. So again, if I read ahead, I would realize. It says, I just got caught up with all the episodes, and now I don't know what to do with myself. I'm going to chime in right here and say www.patreon.com/dapperdadspodcast.
Go ahead and get some more episodes.
There's some more out there. Don't worry. We don't leave you hanging. Just want to say thanks for all the entertainment, and thanks for making my long car rides to work a little less lonesome. Y'all are great. And then it says, drama, what's your favorite thing having to do with atmosphere? I was super big into them a while back and fell off a little bit after the Family Sign. I think my favorite was that Deep Puddle Dynamics album. And then it says, Slim, come party with the squad pod sometime. Ya butt. Drama is invited too. XOXO.
If you, from the terminology they threw out here, I believe this is Dan and Carly who sent us the postcard from the UK, because we have a fantastic group on Facebook called the Squad Pod, and then in parentheses, all the fucking boys in all capitals.
I like how you're like, this might be this thing that is this exact reference.
I mean, unless it's somebody pretending really hard to be them, it can't be anyone else. We would love to come party with you guys.
Yeah.
Let us know, because I have, as I've said on the show before, I've gone over and sat on the porch and drank with them before. They're fantastic.
I love to sit on the porch and drink and smoke cigarettes. We were going to go to their party, but I had a lesion on my ass.
And I had pneumonia.
Yeah. So, I mean, typically we are down, but certain circumstances do arise.
So, since you are
Slim's pneumonia gave me ass cancer.
That one's still up in the air. We're still waiting for the results from the Mayo Clinic for that one.
Yeah, it takes a long time.
Long time.
They just keep sending me letters that say your results will come in 4 to 6 weeks. But they keep sending that letter.
Every 4 to 6 weeks.
Cost me $700 just for the letters.
Just for the letter. You wouldn't believe how many samples of jars they have of your ass leavings.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as the question that was posed to me, I want to first say I respect the fuck out of your references there. The Deep Puddle Dynamics is a deep cut. Also, the Family Sign was their last good album. So it seems like you're really on board here. I don't know what my favorite thing is. I think probably just like I found that was like the first rap that I found that I was like, oh, it can sound like this, you know what I mean, like some indie rap, some different shit.
Yeah.
And I was like 15, which was like 30 years ago, and like it just really stuck with me then, and I got like super deep into them. But one of my favorite things is that I'll listen to songs now that have new meanings, you know what I mean? It kind of evolves over time and sticks with you. And also, I've always been, I think Slug was a great writer. The new stuff, of course, is not as good. He's got like 19 kids now. He's literal dad rap, and it's not as relatable. I like to think that one day it will be relatable. But I've always really
Same.
liked they intertwine so many different references. So like, I always remember, what the fuck is it? It's a song off of God Loves Ugly. It goes into Love Life, and there's just a clip that's like, life, love, stress, and setbacks for those trying to breathe. It's at the end of Love Life, and it goes into breathing. And then if I found later on that was a very early song. So there'll always be samples, or they'll say he says that in like several songs. So like little things like that, little Easter eggs. Once you listen to everything, you realize that this is a reference to like a song. They have a song on God Loves Ugly called Hair, which I fucking love. It's a story about meeting a girl at the bar. And then it has a crazy twist ending. And it's one of my favorite songs ever, but one of my favorite Atmosphere songs for that ending that I won't spoil, but listen to Hair by Atmosphere. And then on, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was like The Family Sign or like an album after that. They have a song called, I think, Flesh. And it ends up being from the other perspective of what happened in the end of that song without spoiling.
Yeah.
So it's like probably like 10 years later, and it's a song from the other perspective of how that one happened. So shit like that, where it's like 10 years later, I'm going to write the song from the other perspective of the crazy thing that happened at this song. So there's a very, like, a lot of intricacies and like shit that you realize over time listening to him. Also, even with like Slug's references to other rap, like he'll like pay homage to like a Cool G rap line that as a kid I'd never listened to Cool G rap. So I was just like, oh, that's a good line from Atmosphere. And then later I'd hear the song and be like, oh, it's a reference to that. You know what I mean? There's just a lot of like intertwined things and so much like detail. So I've always been a big fan of Slug's writing. It's fallen off, but there's so many good shit.
And when we're actual Dapper dads someday, we'll be able to listen to the dad stuff and love it.
Yeah, that's like I've said it
How
before.
great is that going to be, sitting around with our kids listening to Atmosphere?
And they're like, shut the fuck up.
You're like,
They're
you
playing.
shut up and listen to this.
Playing some garbage shit.
Probably.
But yeah, that's what yeah, Atmosphere's just always been like relevant, even with their new music not being as good.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest thing, is that it always comes full circle. Yeah, I don't know. Let's smoke cigarettes and drink beers, and I'll go on for hours.
Listen to Atmosphere.
Next one comes from Skirt, and
is it skirt?
It's just like skirt, like the literal skirt.
We would have preferred
It has
the
an I in
elongated
it,
skirt.
so it can't be right. The email is geniuscheesewhiz@gmail.com, which I feel like we've heard before.
Mm-hmm.
I like it a lot. It rolls off the tongue nice. The title is Peanuts, and the submission is Peppermint Patty's close friend Marcy calls her Sir. It is never revealed whether this eccentric habit, dating to Marcy's first appearance in the strip in 1971, is the result of misguided manners, poor eyesight, or a snarky reference to Patty's tomboyish ways, or some other reason. What are some reasons you can come up with? I will say this is one of the best submissions we've ever gotten, because when I got it, it's just like there's no humor here. This is just
a straight face question,
and it's a very good question, because I was never super into Peanuts, but I did as a kid. I was always like, what is the relationship between these two?
Yeah, because it seems very lesbian-esque.
Yeah, and yeah, why does she call her Sir? I did, and I can't remember if we ever brought this up on here or Patreon or what, but I stumbled across a Charlie Brown fan fiction.
We have discussed this, I believe.
On here, though?
I don't
publicly.
Keep
I don't
talking,
think
just in case.
I don't think we did it publicly.
No.
I stumbled across a Charlie Brown Christmas fan fiction. I read a little taste of it, thinking it would be funny. It got very graphic very quickly, as fan fictions tend to do, but in a direction I was not prepared for. So, of course, getting this question, I wanted to reference what the fan fiction said to see if it gave me any sort of insight, maybe. Maybe that's where we find it. I meant to pull it up. It's on my phone, which I need to probably throw my phone away at this point. Yeah. But it didn't really get into it. But what happened, long story short, in this fan fiction, Charlie Brown throws a party similar. He buys the same shitty tree.
Yeah.
Everyone's upset with him, but there's a lot of sex happening between everybody.
You described a very graphic sex scene in it to me that I did not like.
Well,
all.
I've read the whole thing at this point.
You poor
just
man.
to try it. Yeah, the thing is,
I would wake up screaming too.
This is what I do for the fans, so I can try to pinpoint. But yeah, basically he buys the tree, the whole thing happens, but he wants to have sex with this red-haired girl. I'm not sure if she's in the normal cartoon.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, so he wants to have sex with her. they lose their virginity together. It's honestly kind of beautiful. Very graphic wording, but beautiful. During that, basically a orgy breaks out amongst all the Peanuts characters.
Is the Lucy and Linus song playing while they're banging?
No, Lucy was making fun of the tree, but Linus made her apologize to Charlie Brown, so she's seen Charlie Brown's big, thick cock through his jeans.
Was that the wording?
And no, it was much more subtle. You know how fan fictions are. But so she was gonna have sex with Charlie later, and he was okay with that. But then the red-haired girl came in. Anyway, to get to what we need here, they don't really explain it, but Marcy is eating out Peppermint Patty while who's the dirty kid?
Pigpen.
Pigpen is having sex with Marcy in her butt. They both are fond of it, so much so this is almost, I wish I had it verbatim, but so much so that more dirt than ever is falling off of Pigpen. That's how much he's enjoying the anal sex. Does this help the submission at all?
It doesn't help me.
If I have to go through it, you have to go through it. We've made this back.
The fact you read the whole thing is what's
well.
really,
I was
really
trying
upsetting.
to scan through for Peppermint Patty.
Yeah, but God knows you just had, and you just couldn't help yourself. You had to read the whole thing.
There's one section I won't even utter on here, but I will tell you after. And
Damn
you're
right,
gonna
you'll
be
tell
very
me after.
upset.
I'm already really
You're
upset
gonna
hearing
be
all
more
about
upset.
He was fucking Marcy so hard that more dirt was falling off of
I
him.
really wish
that
I
was a
could.
written detail they have.
I'm gonna just pop a quick Google if I can get the exact wording because
as if he doesn't
really
just have a
takes it
tab
all.
open on his browser already.
I really wish I
like
did.
you haven't just been cranking it.
I found the article that linked me to it because what I was searching for was a disgusting Christmas fan fiction.
Yeah.
And this is number one. So let me just real quick, if I could just scan this real quick, so we can all be on the same page here. And remember, I'm cutting. This is also 5,700 words, I believe.
Jesus God, Christ! There is no God.
Just remember that I am cutting out the worst parts.
Who is getting so turned on by Peanuts that they got to write 5,700 words about it?
I mean, once you start going, it just starts fucking flowing.
Do you know this from? Did you write this? Do you know this from experience?
I honestly wish I wrote this. It's very well written. It's kind of disturbing.
Send me the link.
I will. I'll send everyone the link.
Send it to the dad
I'm just
chat?
seeing right now. I'm seeing suck cock blurted out Linus before he thought better about it. This is just me skimming real quick. Do you want to jump in with your thought on Peppermint Patty and Marcy Well?
I mean, it always did seem heavily implied that it was more about her tomboyish ways and that she was just she was a lesbian, you know, like she was just kind of not that Peanuts was explicitly saying that she was a lesbian, but like she had a very tomboyish attitude about her, you know. I always watched the cartoon growing up, like I always watched like the Christmas movies and stuff. I never really read the comic strip, I guess you could say, so I wouldn't know enough about it to say that there's a reference to the comics at some point.
Yeah.
Whoever submitted this is very clearly into Peanuts and has some very strong opinions about it.
I like to think it's
probably
like
ruining their day with this fan fiction.
I mean, maybe they'll really love the fan fiction.
I really hope they don't.
Characters.
No one should love this. This thing is unlovable, like your Ottoman son.
Well, no, don't compare my Ottoman son to this smut.
I am absolutely comparing you. He was created because of smut like this. He lives in smut like this. Your Ottoman son is smut like this.
Okay, we're
crossing
lines that we can't.
He is the physical personification of a Charlie. Yeah, your son is the physical personification of a Charlie Brown smut story.
All right, I'll remember this.
Please do.
I've always liked to think that Marcy and Peppermint Patty are in like a sub-dom relationship.
Yeah, and she calls her. Yeah, well, clearly Peppermint Patty is the dom. Like, there's no way around that. What are you gonna do? Write a fanfiction where Marcy's the dom and it all turns around in the bedroom, but in public she just treats her like that?
I found what I was looking for. I'm gonna cut out the first section because one thing about fan fictions is they're very detailed and the wording is just disgusting.
There's some thesaurus use going on here because no one just knows all these descriptive words off the top of their heads.
Yeah, just looking at this paragraph, I'm seeing so many words that are just like, wow. But
all right, I'm gonna lay back and listen to this. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna do the last.
Read me my bedtime story, Dad.
The last two sentences here. It says she was beginning to like it too, and it was obvious that Pigpen was loving it. The dust was dropping off him in greater quantities than anyone had ever seen before. That is verbatim.
I feel like that picture of Terrence Howard where he's on the ambulance stretcher.
I feel like we should be on an ambulance stretcher.
After listening to all this shit, Jesus.
You should read the whole thing.
I told you to send me the link.
Well, if anyone wants the link, we will send it. So yeah, that's my best guess. Is that I guess Pigpen fucks Marcy in the butt, and it makes her call Peppermint Patty sir. I guess. Is that what we came to here? Is that our conclusion?
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope that answered it for you. Let us know what you think. And I think we're right. I will send you the link. I will send that link to geniuscheesewhiz@gmail.com and hope that it's someone completely different. I got this really funny comical Gmail. What is this?
Fuck? It's a work email for some reason.
Yeah. It's up on like a big PowerPoint presentation.
Oh,
says here, oh my goodness, is that
the dirt?
The dirt was in larger quantities than anyone had ever seen.
Seen.
Is it because of his thrusting, or like just when he enjoys things, more dirt? Like what is?
I think the implication is the thrusting, but the idea that he is so happy that more dust falls off of him.
That's just anytime he's happy.
No, but he's so happy about butt fucking that girl that like there's just quantities of dirt coming off of him.
Yeah, I've got some choice segments I'm gonna read to you after this.
Okay,
so you're gonna
puke about.
I mean, I'd like to see. All right, and then next here we've got Beer Gut Barry at beergut@sixpack.com. This is the one I've been waiting to tell you.
Okay, yeah, you were very excited about this one.
A few quick ones.
Okay, yes, I love a few quick ones.
I found you guys a little over a month ago. You aren't as big in Australia as you should be. See, keep your fucking mouth shut.
Well, maybe they should send us some better shirts.
Yeah,
hey,
we do.
Hey, Mr. Australia, maybe you can send us a good shirt.
Barry, get in touch with me privately. I need you to go fucking ruffle some feathers at a fucking store.
Australia, check that out. We got listeners in Australia.
And I will say, we aren't as big anywhere as we should be, so don't feel sad.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just say, let us know where you're at, Barry, and we'll send you some Dapper stickers to slap up in Australia.
Yeah, we will, as long as I don't have to sign a bunch of paperwork.
Yeah, as long as the postage isn't like, $15 or some shit like that. We will send you some stickers, man. We'll send some shit to Australia. You want to help us blow up in another country? We will send you some shit.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Get in touch again, which there is a second submission from him because at first I was like, is he just like looking at stats and he's like, you're not big in Australia, or are you actually from Australia? The next one, it confirms that he's from Australia. We'll get to that in a minute. But anyway, I'm listening to you guys and catching up the episodes on Spotify. I'm up to episode 57, and I'm catching up to y'all rapidly. You make work bearable. You guys are hilarious. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, 3 quick ones. You talked about bringing out sweatpants that make your dick look bigger. Please do it and call them Big Dick at Small Dick Sweatpants, which is a genius idea. And I'm going to be honest, it's not too far-fetched.
No,
I've been looking into some things.
Honestly, you think we can make sweatpants with more of a crotch?
I don't know about how to accentuate the crotch, but I feel like if I get some sweatpants in my hand, maybe a little extra fabric and some time,
yeah,
I can figure it out.
You could do a prototype for some Dapper sweatpants.
Because I got some sweatpants just the other day, and the dick is just
room?
always out in them. There's dick room, but like I can't wear them to the store. You know what I mean? My dick is just out there. Yeah. You know what I mean? It just needs like a little padding. Not even because I'm trying to make my dick look bigger.
Like
I'm not gonna be sad about it.
Cushion
but like
crotch on
you
some
can
sweatpants.
see the head of my penis.
Yeah.
In the right. And these are black sweatpants.
Yeah.
But in the right moment, and I'm wearing sweatpants. My dick isn't like out. You know what I mean? It's not looking good. I'm wearing sweatpants. I don't feel good about myself.
No.
So, like, I don't want this weird little dick when I'm at the grocery store looking at pies. People are like, look at that guy really analyzing the different pie options. There's only 3 pie options, but he keeps going back and
twitch when
forth.
He saw the sweet potato pie.
Yeah, because it's disgusting. He also has a cart just filled with Welch's sparkling grape juice.
And
what is
pies?
That guy doing? But as every bottle he puts in the cart, that dick gets a little bigger.
Just a little bit. Just look at it. Look at it throb, Sharon.
But yeah, if we can figure out how to, I don't need it to like be padded. I just think it needs to have less of the form, less of the dick print. I don't get how we're just out here basketball shorts too.
Yeah,
just out here basically showing you my penis.
So you think we could basically just get some more padding in like the crotch area of a sweatpants?
I think a little bit of padding just to get away from the dick print. It doesn't need to make it look like I have a huge dick.
No,
I'm fine with my dick. I've come to terms with my dick.
Yeah, I'm average.
I've accepted my dick is what
I've learned to live with my dick.
I've learned to love my dick. But yeah, just to get rid of that dick print. I get so much anxiety about I want to go out comfortably. I've been sitting in them all day. I got to put jeans on to hide
I would
this
definitely
dick.
wear a pair of Big Dick at Small Dick sweatpants anywhere.
Yeah, but I honestly was ironically looking into something in this line of merch, and I'm gonna say it's not too far fetched. Just gotta work out some kinks.
Just keep your eyes out on that store, buddy. They may be more real than you think.
All right, number 2. How do you feel about going back to your exes?
Oh, well,
bad.
Yeah, real bad.
Real bad.
I think as Drama has plainly stated on the show before, I don't know what I do to women, but I make them hate me.
Yeah, and as I've said, I'm starting to figure it out. I've got a lot of charts, statistic graphs. I don't know when to present them to you, but
as soon as possible would be nice, so I could, remedy some of these things.
I don't see the
make
need
a few
to
more
right
mistakes for data, and then we can finally get us some conclusive answers.
I'm working on a hypothesis, but it's not.
Okay.
It's not solid yet. So please keep ruining your life. And I think in the next 3 to 5 years, we'll have something concrete to present.
So before 40, we can maybe get some of my issues figured out?
Yeah, before you're 40.
Yeah. You are well past 40.
Yeah. Or well under. It all depends.
So far under. It's shocking.
I'm both. I'm just not 40. All right, guys, breaking it down. I'm not 40. So just keep tabs. Check it off a list, and eventually maybe we'll get there.
But no, I would never go back to any of my exes, to be very much 100% honest with you.
You'll go back and fuck them a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I'll go back and give them a little tip.
There's a reason why it didn't work. It will never work again. Yeah. Time makes the heart grow fonder because you forget you're wearing the rose-colored glasses.
Yup.
You forget all the time she threw the hairdryer at your head, and then
you forget all the times you woke up with her standing over you with a knife. You know, it's like you forget the bad shit.
Yeah.
You just want to remember the good shit.
Yeah, you forget all the mean things she called your grandma.
Yeah,
you just gotta move past it. You're only thinking of the good times. It's not worth it. It didn't work for a reason.
The
only answer
to me.
Burn her a new house down.
Yeah.
All right. And then finally, I would love to hear more 20-minute rants about what you find entertaining. The problem that happens when we've got a lot of people catching up now, it's been a common theme. People have found us and they're plowing through them. And one, I will say, once you catch up, you're going to have a huge hole in your life because you realize that these come out once a week, and we won't be there for you as much as you want.
You can go back and re-listen. We always appreciate that.
Take your time. Don't fly through them because
savor us.
Yeah, savor us. But also people tend to reference things. I'm guessing this is like a specific thing. I feel like all we do is rant about.
Yeah, I feel like you just kind of summed up the whole show.
Yeah, we rant about what we find entertaining, what we hate.
Yeah,
sex, dicks.
Yeah, a lot of sex and
beers.
Dicks.
I don't know. That's basically it. We're just ranting.
The term sex maniac is thrown out more often than I'd like in my everyday life.
Yeah, it comes out of your mouth primarily. So
Maybe
I don't know if
hear
you're
it
just
so much from other
self-diagnosing.
people.
I think you're just self-diagnosing. But I mean, anything will help us figure it out. But yeah, if you could be more specific, 20-minute rants on what we find entertaining, I just think we've done it.
Yeah, if you could be more specific about what we found entertaining, I could remember it maybe.
I don't remember finding anything entertaining.
I think we estimated at one point how many hours listening to every single episode would be at a certain point. And
we did some bad math.
That is hours of our life that we have wasted talking. We can't remember everything.
Well, yeah, that's what used to be real cool, and I thought would be one of the things that lasted forever is being able to pinpoint episodes, because for a while I had it down, and some I still remember, but like the last part of this is one of my favorite episodes so far was Girafficide. I don't recall. I know we talked of murdering giraffes, but I don't remember why we would do that or exactly what happened.
Girafficide.
Yeah, I think we had to. I remember the giraffe being racist.
Yeah, I think
we killed it.
I think that's the reason we get for having to kill everything is if it's racist, we'll kill it.
I mean, it makes the most sense.
Yeah, because I'm not a violent person. I'm not a pacifist, but somebody could certainly catch a fist if the mood's right.
So yeah, all the reference, what you guys are hearing today, when you're listening to it and you're catching up, is so far gone that I don't remember the last episode, to be completely honest.
I don't remember most things that we talk about.
Be very specific with your references. And I
go into a very disassociated state when I get behind the microphone, so I specifically don't remember the things that we talk about. That's why it's always a treat to review the episode later in the week.
My life is a very disassociated state in general.
Come to think, I don't think I ever stopped disassociating.
Yeah, we hit a breaking point, and we've just been catching the wave.
Yep.
That's showbiz, baby.
Bizarre.
All right, and then I think finally here, unless we missed some, is again from Beer Gut Barry. So just listen to episode 61. So in the time, so he is 4 episodes
through some things.
And you're gonna be done, and you're gonna be hearing this soon.
Yeah, I want to know more about Australia. So please tell me. I want to know if y'all are actually drinking VB long necks at 7:40 in the morning.
I want to know more about kangaroos.
Yeah, I want to know more about, because you always hear that like Australia is like a dangerous, scary place, but then like you read about.
Well, I always heard, and I don't want this to come off offensive to at least our one Australia listener, But I always heard when I was younger that it was just criminals.
Well, that's how Australia was started. Was
Yeah.
British criminals on a boat came to Australia and they're like, "This is ours now."
Which is probably the best founding of any.
Yeah, but then they treat the Aboriginal people like shit.
Oh, yeah, that is true. I guess we're just very uninformed.
Yeah.
We're ignorant.
I mean, we're not saying that all Australians treat the native people bad, but there is definitely a lot of racism towards them in Australia.
I watch a YouTube channel of, it's in Australia. It's just 3 dudes throwing things off of things. It sounds dumb, but it's fucking fascinating. And yeah, sometimes they'll just be like, look, it's a kangaroo. And they really are just out there like that.
Yeah,
and
there's
I'm
just
like, that sounds sick. But some of those things look fucking crazy.
Yeah, like the really ripped koala.
Yeah, I used to,
koala.
Yeah, they also have those really ripped koalas.
Those guys scare the fuck out of
Yeah,
me.
I'll take a kangaroo any day. You see those ripped koalas? They have nothing to lose.
You ever seen a ripped
how my
kangaroo and a
grandpa
ripped
died.
koala just go at each other? Your grandpa got taken down by a pack of 36 ripped koalas?
Yeah, and it only took one.
Yeah.
The rest were just
Cheering and
arms
like,
folded.
just
just fucking ready.
right over left.
Died from fear.
Yeah, just like the cows when they get tipped.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, see, maybe we tip really buff.
Buff koalas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we transitioned into. Really buff tipped koala steaks.
Yeah, there's money in that.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't eat a buff
How
tipped
much would you
koala
pay
steak?
for a buff?
Tipped koala steak? It sounds weird the more I say it. A buff tipped koala steak.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I really want to eat it.
I just want, yeah, it's a little steak.
You would break your veganism.
I
for
would
that.
break my veganism for a buff tipped koala steak. Don't think I wouldn't.
You gotta.
We blow up, but only in Australia with the buff tipped
I'll
koala
fucking
steak.
catch a boat.
Okay, yeah, we'll take a boat to Australia. It'll only take us 6 weeks to get there.
No, it only takes, I don't know, probably a long time.
We'll
But
find
because
out.
we can go the one way, right? And it's closer than the other way. I don't know how. the
So are
maps
you
work.
asking if
You
we
know
can
what I
go
mean?
from like California to Australia
No,
or
that-
sail all the way around the globe, passing the other continents?
Wait, no, it would be Florida, right? If we went Florida,
No,
it's closer.
Australia is
Where the
off-
fuck is Australia?
It's off. It's like okay, so like
But
there's
California,
Russia,
yeah, you're gonna go
Asia.
around. The other one, no, Florida, you can just get closer to it. The other
No,
one, yeah, you gotta go.
not pull up a world
Bro,
map.
it's-
You're
a
not,
flat earther, aren't you?
I am not a flat earther. I just know what the
Fucker.
fucking world is, and I know that Australia is in the southern
I know what the
hemisphere.
world is. I just don't know
Australia
where.
is in the southern hemisphere of the world, so
so
it
we
is
go down.
below us.
Yeah.
That's why they call it
Okay,
down
so we
under.
go Mexico.
So it's not above
So I was
us.
right earlier.
It is no, 100% not.
You're trying to trick me. And
I'm
it's
not trying to look up. Just look up where Australia is on a map.
I will not fall for this again.
What, you're not going to
publicly.
fall for a
Publicly.
map? You're not going to fall for a
I'm
map?
recorded.
Publicly?
Yes, recorded. I will not fall for a map ever
Interesting.
again. You've seen what's happened
With
and You're
maps?
not great at maps either.
I'm better at maps than you
No,
are.
no.
I know where Australia is
I know
at.
where Australia is too.
No, you don't. Where is it at? It is not
it's
closer
over
to
here.
Florida. It's not.
And if you go this way, it's closer.
It's not closer to Florida than it is California. It's closer to Hawaii than it is any other U.S.
Which
state.
is by Florida.
No, it's not. Hawaii is off the coast of California, not Florida.
No, it's not.
You're thinking of like Cuba and like the.
I'm always thinking of Cuba. You know that.
Yeah, well, that's because of what we did in Cuba that we can't forget. You let that person
You
die.
said we were never going to bring that up.
Because you're the one who just said you couldn't stop thinking about Cuba. I
Because
suddenly
we
thought it
could
was
have
permissible.
both agreed that we can't.
You're
stop thinking
thinking
about
of,
Cuba.
like-
we could have winked off camera about Cuba.
You're okay. Australia
No,
is
we're
closer
done
to
with it.
Asia
We're
than
done
it is
with
us.
We're done with it. Yeah, it's close to Asia.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean anything.
but it's not close to Florida.
It's not close to Florida.
But if you were
But
to
if you
fly
go-
from Florida to Australia, you would have to go across the whole United States. You might as well go to California and fly from California, or fly out to
So if
Hawaii.
I go to Florida-
go to Hawaii, go to Australia.
All right, we're gonna leave it after this. If I go to Florida and I just go left away from America, what am I gonna hit first then?
First, you are going to go all the way across the United States.
No, I'm going the other way
Yeah,
around.
So we're
'cause it's a
talking the
globe.
West
It's not
Coast.
yeah, no.
So
We're
like
talking
California.
the East Coast, Florida. So I'm in Florida and I catch a plane away from America, not crossing America. What am I gonna hit first?
You are gonna
It's
hit
a globe.
Africa
It's not a flat.
first.
No, I'm
You could
not.
possibly hit
No,
Europe
I know
first
you're-
because you're going to hit Europe.
No,
Europe
what
is
are you-
before
no,
Africa.
I'm talking about going. No.
But if we're talking the southern
no,
hemisphere,
this is
you're going to fly
crazy.
from Florida. You're probably going to go through Africa, and then you're probably going to have to stop in Africa for gas, and then fly to Australia.
to Africa.
You're flying. Planes need fuel. They need.
Africa, no, Africa is closer to California.
No, it's not. Russia is closer to California because Alaska is the state Alaska. You have all of Canada right here.
Very over
Alaska, there used to be a land bridge from Russia to Alaska.
Okay, we're done.
I know how I need someone to make a submission about how I'm right and how you are very wrong.
As soon as we're done, I will look at a globe. I will find an actual globe. I will just not say it on recording because we said we were done with maps and math. That was a pact we made.
It was.
And we're breaking it right now.
But I'm just so amazed.
Anyway, I just listened to episode 61. You guys asked about sexual experiences in public. Another thing I don't recall.
Sounds right.
Sorry, I don't mean to sound angry.
You're so angry about being wrong.
I've never had sex in public, but I fingered a girl in a Macca's. And she gave me a handy.
Nice.
Slowly but surely catching up on your podcast, and then I'll be up to date. So that's what solidified Australia for me, because I was like, what the fuck is a Macca's?
McDonald's.
Yeah. So I learned a lot. I read a whole thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this dude is totally in Australia, or he's really pulling
just
one over
about
us.
Australia.
Yeah. Which would be
Tell us more about Australia, please.
Yeah,
we want to know more. I always love it when we have fans that are from different places that aren't around here, and I just love hearing about their
this
life.
guy's actually out there in Australia.
Well, I mean,
riding kangaroos.
Well, I mean, we learned so much about Gravy because Gravy, submits to us all the time, and she
Yeah.
told us about growing up where she grew up
That's
from.
what I mean.
And it's like,
But yeah, this guy's still there, so we can
Yeah.
be like, go here, and he'll go there probably.
Yeah.
He's a big fan.
Yeah. Do you want to have the Dapper Dads tell you what to do with your life in Australia? Let us know.
Yeah, we're clearly good with locations.
We'll definitely take some videos of you doing crazy shit in Australia.
But yeah,
Get some videos from that Macca's bathroom for me.
Well, yeah, was it in a bathroom or are you just out in one of the
Yeah,
booths?
were you in a booth just getting a hand job, man? Like that's
and
a boss move right there. Did you
So
scream
you
and get it?
You were fingering and getting a handy at the same time?
Yeah, how did that work?
Did you finish?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
When did you eat? What did you eat?
Did you eat before or after?
How
Did you
old
stop
were
your
you?
food in the middle and then go do this and then finish your food?
Yeah, it's got to be just out in a booth, right?
Well, I mean, also, what time of day are you doing this
Yeah.
at? I could see getting away with it like real late at night,
Yeah.
but like if we're talking like premium lunch hours and you're just finger banging a girl in the cripple stall at a
The
McDonald's.
lunch rush?
Oh yeah.
No, you're in the bathroom. It can't be in the bathroom. He's got to be out there.
Like during the
Otherwise,
lunch
I think
rush.
you just say in the bathroom. If I had fingered a girl in the bathroom and I was submitting to a very popular podcast
Was
for
he in the
everyone to
playpen?
hear, oh yeah, that's why they can't have them anymore.
Yeah.
Too much fingering and hand jobs.
Too much hand sex in the playpen.
But yeah, if I had done this in a bathroom or had it done to me, I'd probably just say bathroom, or I'd say McDonald's bathroom, or I'd say Macca's bathroom.
The Macca's drive-through.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can do whatever you want in a car.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit.
It's a car. It's
Yeah,
legally
to
separated
pull up
from
to the
everything
window,
else.
getting some finger in your butt, whatever you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know where. What if it was just right up while they're ordering? Just fucking go into town. I'll take a. Is the food different? Probably.
Yeah,
A
they have different items in Australia.
Yeah, because the thing I read made it sound like it's not even McDonald's. They're just like, we're gonna make our McDonald's because we're Australia.
They did that with Burger King. They have their own
Yeah.
version of Burger King.
And isn't
down
it called
there.
something crazy?
Yeah.
Senior Burger.
No, it's not that. I can guarantee it's not
All right,
that.
let's see. Oh wait, I'm just on this Peanuts fan fiction. Real quick.
Jesus.
Snoopy's involved.
No.
Fully.
Woodstock?
You know, I think they might have glossed over Woodstock.
Thank God. At least
this all
Woodstock
takes
was
place
kept
at
safe.
Woodstock, the festival.
Oh,
Does
interesting.
that work for you?
Not at all.
Okay,
Not even a tickle.
I'll rewrite.
I think it's just called like Hungry Jack. Look that up and see if I'm right.
Burger King Australia is called Hungry Jack's.
Hey,
Interesting.
look at me.
Huh.
I get a lot of Australia references on my Facebook page because there
that
is
goddamn Simpsons.
yeah,
group,
because there is
Rock Bottom.
yeah, Rock Bottom
Yeah,
is just
I
all
get the
Australian
same-
Simpsons
but
bullshit.
I don't look into it, so I'm just like, huh, something that's probably
Let us
funny.
know, bro. Let me know if you're in Rock Bottom. I want to know if this guy is in the Rock Bottom group.
Yeah, if you listen, or yeah, if you love Simpsons and are also in Australia, tell us how accurate that one episode that everyone harps on is.
I assume it's very
Hungry
accurate.
Jack's. I think they should have leaned more into the Burger King, like something King. You know what I mean?
Hungry King,
Yeah, maybe.
King Jack,
Or like, what's another name for a
Burger
king?
Jack, Burger Duke.
Yeah. Oh, I'd fucking eat at Burger Duke every day.
Oh yeah, I fucking
kidding
love
me?
Burger Dukes.
Oh, that
The
should
big
be.
BD. Want to go to BD get some food?
See, but
Except we got to say it in
when I-
Australian accent. Be like, want to go to the
I don't
BD
think
and
we
get
should-
some food.
I don't think we should do accents.
I'm doing them anyway.
When I was a kid, remember the
BDs.
mentally handicapped children were called BD kids.
What does that mean?
behavioral
disorder.
Yeah, I was gonna say disappointment, which
Oh.
was really bad.
Yeah, that we can't say that on the show.
They locked them in closets in my elementary school. I've told this story. on
Really?
here. I guarantee I have. It's one of my favorite stories. I tell everyone I meet. Yeah, when I was a kid, the
The
kids,
BD kids got
but it
locked
was
up.
like
Can we call them the Vebe
kids who had learning disabilities and then just badass kids.
Yeah.
Like kids that were just shitty kids.
Yeah.
So they'd put them together and occasionally lock them in closets. And I'm like, this isn't. Even
That's
as a
not
kid, I was
productive
like,
at
this
all.
doesn't add up at all.
No.
That's how I sounded.
This doesn't add
But
up
I didn't
at
have the power
all.
to change anything.
I like
Much
to think
like
you're-
me today.
Yeah, you can't change shit.
No, you can't do
You have
anything. So
zero
just
influence.
give up on everything.
Yeah.
I used to be way more about things when I was a kid. And then
Yeah.
I realized you can't
Then I
do
turned into
shit.
adult with
You're just-
depression, and now I just hate
you're
everything.
just one person.
Yeah.
I can't do anything.
at
I can
all.
just make sure I don't do things.
Yeah, I can
And
just take care of
occasionally beat
myself,
the
and that's
shit
about
out
it.
of people, but not jacked koalas.
No, not those
who
buff-ass
can't beat
koalas.
up. Are they filled with chocolate like those crackers that I love?
No, they are filled with tasty, delicious, tender koala meat.
Are they
Buff
filled with
koala meat.
anger?
Of course they
and
are.
resentment?
Have you seen those cores? They're just really just angry all the time.
Oh, I've seen a core of a buff
buff
koala.
buff
It's
tip
just
koala steak.
Hard to say any of it.
What, a buff tip koala?
Oh, this was. See, that's why we need more submissions. Look at all the ground we just covered.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just can't beat that. People in Australia listen to us, so there's no reason your friends personally.
2019 starting off great.
Yeah, so fucking spread it around. Give us some more submissions. We had some crazy ones in there. We covered sex in a McDonald's, sweatpants, peanuts, which we got real into. There's some atmosphere, someone who can't burp like a bitch. I'm 69 years old. We weren't cursed,
You're not
but we'll
40.
sell our soul to the devil. That's just a quick recap. Then that's just submissions. I don't even remember what we talked about at the beginning, but
No.
it was out there. I
Cow
know we're going to
tipping.
Shark Tank. Yeah. Cow tipping and Shark Tank. Look at that. Look at the quality.
Look at
First
this.
episode of the new year. The rest will be shit. But
Yeah,
this
this
one
all
was
downhill
good.
from here.
You'll look back and say, wow, that first episode was good. What happened? And the answer is we fell off under the crippling pressure. So www.thedapperdads.com. Send your anonymous submissions there if you'd like to. dapperdadspodcast@gmail.com. That's where you can send emails. 4027-DAPPER. That's 402-732-7737. Yeah, call and give us your weirdest voices. Come talk to us in your weird little voices. I can only talk like this when I'm very